And now, the First Alert Storm Team, live from the 13 Now Digital Desk. This is Tropic Topics, sponsored by Peden Heating and Air Conditioning and Mariana Toyota.
Welcome, and we got another fun week here because we're talking about not a whole lot.
Nothing.
which is good news here late in the season. Obviously, October, November, we keep an eye on the Caribbean and the Gulf of Mexico. And as of now, things look pretty good. Now, we are keeping an eye on some stuff. There is
at least promising.
Yeah, there's the possibility that we see something weak develop here or there, maybe over the next couple of weeks, but nothing that looks super daunting or threatening at this point in time. So good news.
It's always a chance.
Overall, starting things out, if you got any questions or anything like that, you can put them in the comment section. I know that, you know, starting out saying we got a whole lot of nothing probably means you're just like next, or you just keep scrolling, whatever.
Really
but if you
people,
do
probably
have comments or questions or anything else, you can put them at the bottom of the screen. And if you stick around to the end, we will pick somebody to give something away to. And spoiler alert, it's either going to be a coffee cup or a koozie or a pen. So if you want one of those three things, maybe all three things, if you're really lucky.
Is it just a WMBB coffee cup?
Yeah, it's the morning coffee cup. The cup we give away in the morning.
Well, I thought maybe we had a special weather one or something. We should get on that.
No, I'm trying to convince our promotions director to make cardboard cutouts of all of us, and we'll give those away.
No thanks.
You don't want a Chief Ross cardboard cutout that you just stick in the corner?
Not in my room. I don't think you want one of me either.
I think it'd be fun, but whatever.
Maybe that I could put like on the green screen or something and have you stand on the edge.
Just sit there and look at you from
kind of like old
the
times.
corners. Yeah.
Kind of like old times. Maybe you'll make me do that.
Oh boy, let's jump into it. We'll get right to it. This is a live look at our webcams. Obviously, the Runaway Island cam, that is from probably early this morning, as it looks like. No, that actually looks late last night. Yeah. So it's not live. But everything else is. We've got our FSU PC cam down in the bottom right. We've got the Sharkies beachfront cam. And then top right is the Choctawhatchee Bay. That's from Freeport, so on the north side of the Choctawhatchee Bay there. Both weather stem cameras on the right side. Looks pretty nice out there. We are getting reports of red tide in areas, and even a report of a fish kill in Gulf County on the south end of Gulf County. So there are red tide out there. The good news, cold front's coming in. That should help with the north wind pushing that red tide away. Cooler water and cooler air will also help to reduce that bacteria. Really, it's K. brevis, so it's just an algae bloom. Unfortunately, it's a toxic algae bloom, so causes respirational issues and makes your eyes burn, that kind of stuff. It's not going to kill you, but certainly not pleasant.
It tickles the back of your throat.
Yeah,
a
it's
bit.
like you got something right here.
It bothers me a lot. I think some people don't really notice it. A lot of my friends don't really notice it, but it definitely bothers. It makes my hands feel like swelled up and itchy.
For me, it was always like, the last time I really experienced it bad was in 2018, and when I go out there, it'd be like, like I just couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
But everything else I was fine with.
It's not that bad out there, but.
But yeah, it's low in most spots, so that's the good news. Going forward here, temperature sitting at 86 PCB. We got 84 in Destin. The wind is out of the south, so sea breeze fully active along the coast, and that's pretty evident with our little cumulus showing up there on the FSU PC cam over the Hathaway Bridge. Isolated chance of a shower today, around 10%, not a whole lot of activity. Same thing for our Perry and Young Tower cam here, St. Andrews Bay. Nice and calm, a little bit of light chop out there, but not a whole lot doing either. So things looking pretty good. 86 degrees. Dew point, little on the high side.
Yeah.
A little bit. 71, that makes it feel more like...
It's funny how it's moist but dry.
Yeah, I mean, compared to 77 on the dew point, it's not as bad. But yeah, when we say dry, we're talking about like the mid-levels. So, the atmosphere is not all one, it's not like
layered.
Jell-O. It's not one gelatin blob. It's layered. It's like multiple Jell-Os all stacked on top of each other. And then the middle Jell-O here, it's because I'm hungry.
Like a dessert that we could think of, but I can't think of one.
A parfait?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's like a parfait. It's layered.
Layers.
It's like an onion.
Like an onion.
Sorry, Shrek
a candied onion.
But yeah, in the middle layers between the upper atmosphere and the surface, there is dry air. So the dew point's actually lower up there. and that is really what's putting a squash on the possibility of rain. We have just enough low-level moisture that we could have a low-topped shower along the sea breeze, but not a whole lot of activity going on. And if you're hopeful for a cold front, well,
we've got one for you.
Grace was talking about it all morning. Oh, man, I forgot I put this one in here. So, yeah, this is the rip current risk. This is also giving you an idea of the red tide that's in there. Low reports from Santa Rosa and Escambia counties, as well as Okaloosa. Same thing in Walton. We've got low reports in Bay. It's mainly along the coastline. I haven't seen a whole lot of reports in the bays yet.
No, yeah.
I know we did have some in the Choctawhatchee several weeks back, but doesn't look like there's much in the way in the bays yet, but that could change. Then going down to, unfortunately, southern Gulf County, that's where we probably have the highest concentration at the moment and are getting reports of a fish kill. Of course, that could have happened offshore, and then just the wind, you know, it's the southeast wind there, could have pushed that onshore. So also seeing moderate reports out of Franklin County, mainly along St. George Island, but have also seen reports closer to Apalachicola and Carabel as well on the lower side of things. So everyone but the southern end of Gulf County, the south-facing beaches, so Indian Pass there, Volusia Island, back over toward the southern end of St. George Island. That's where we do have a rip current risk. Everyone else is sitting at low to moderate rip current risk. So always want to be cautious when you're going to the beach, but it doesn't look too bad out there other than the red tide issues. And here you go, Grace. I see your little smiley face there this morning on Monday.
You know, Aaron and Chris were like, what if people don't know what that is? And I said, it's a smiley face.
Yeah, what do you mean they don't know what that is?
Sometimes I run out of fun, creative words. I just want to put a smile on people's faces. Monday morning's going to be great.
You know, you could have just like imported a picture of a smile emoji or a thumbs up and put that there.
Yeah, that, you know. I'm a millennial. I like the emojis.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like this feels like the lazy way to do the emoji. You could have put a whole lot more effort into that.
Okay. Tomorrow will be different.
Okay, all right. Well, tune in tomorrow morning on the morning show because Grace is gonna have. She's gonna have a really creative 7-day. We'll see.
I'm gonna have graphics on every single day.
You're gonna make a graphic 7-day?
Yeah.
That would be kind of fun.
There's an idea.
I mean, there's not a whole lot going on, so get to it.
All right.
We are going to be very warm on Friday. Ahead of cold fronts, you get extra compressional heating because you're increasing the wind. So we will likely see upper 80s even along the coast. I'm betting that we have someone touch 90 or 91 on Friday ahead of that cold front. Saturday, though, has trended nicely with shower activity. I really don't think that we're going to see much. We might see a shower or storm across the area, but...
Yeah, and it's going to pass pretty quickly as well. So, yeah, we're still maintaining kind of that 30% chance for both our coastal and inland areas. We might not even get up to 85. It's actually passing kind of earlier in the day, so... You know, kind of those general showers, maybe a shower or storm as it heads through, but it should be quick, you know. People say the weather around here, if you don't like it, wait 15 minutes and it'll be different. So that's going to be the kind of day that it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Like she said, I think the best chance of rain is probably going to be mid-morning, midday, and then as we get into the afternoon, you're really just going to notice the wind. It's going to be breezy. And much cooler. That cold front's going to be pretty sharp, so temperatures will fall pretty quickly. I mean, by the evening hours, we'll probably be in the 60s, I will admit. Yeah. And then by the late overnight hours, we'll be falling down to the 50s. Check that out. Sunday morning could walk outside to 53 degrees.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
It's going to feel...
If I wake up that early on Sunday.
It's going to feel like fall. Well, you know what Saturday is, right? All of our Bluntstown viewers know. It's Goat Day.
Oh wow!
There's a festival in Bluntstown.
I did see that. Well, it'll be a nice day for that for sure.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Florida fall.
Florida fall weather. It should be nice.
I call it Florida fall because it's not really the fall that I'm used to, but it'll get close. I think some of our most northern areas in the Panhandle will probably touch 48.
Yeah, I agree. I was tempted yesterday to put a 49 in there, but I was like, you know what?
Too scary. Too
Yeah,
spooky,
I was.
Too spooky.
I was. I was like, that's pushing it. I was like, somebody's going to see it, but not everyone. So, those numbers, we're talking about a big area. So we're doing the number that is closest to what most everyone will see. But yeah, there's certainly some locations I think that, especially right there along the Alabama border, they could be in the upper 40s on Monday night. So yeah, it's gonna be nice. You see the cold front already working into the picture there off to the left. Now that moisture that is running around Houston, it's gonna fade. So that cloud tops you see there where they're getting some heavy rain, that is not going to last. All of that energy is headed toward the Great Lakes, and you can pick out the cloud cover around Denver. That's actually the upper level support that will push the cold front our way. So that frontal boundary off to our west right now will actually stall, and then the next secondary front that comes in behind that will help push that on through, and it will do a really efficient job at it. Not typically this time of year we thought we'd just edge in the cold front and maybe get a day or two. This could actually clear South Florida. We could see the front make it all the way down into maybe Miami or so. They would love some drier dew points.
Yeah.
That's a hard task to accomplish. You got to have the wind come like out of the northwest.
Yeah, it's going to dip very far down there. So
yeah, so it's possible. Satellite picture here, obviously pretty quiet. We do have that cold front, but other than that, not a whole lot
pretty much the
going on.
main story for pretty much the whole United States today.
Yes.
Is just that cold front. I mean, if you look at a temperature map, it is a stark difference. It's kind of crazy. This morning, Denver was at 29 degrees,
wow,
and we were at, I think, 67. So.
Ooh. Fall weather, it's coming.
Fall weather's different out west, though.
yeah. Fall weather for them is 90 one day and 28 the following day. Yeah, front range weather is nuts. Glad that we don't have to deal with that. Looking at the tropics here, you can see a nice little upper level low that's hanging out there to the north of Hispaniola, between Hispaniola and Bermuda. That has a 10% chance of developing. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that ain't happening.
Yeah.
We've got an upper level low just off to the west of that, and it is shearing the snot out of it. So I doubt we see any development over the next 7 to 10 days. The Caribbean has a good bit of divergence as well as shear thanks to that upper low. And you can pick out the upper low much easier there. If you look around Miami, you can see just a little bit of moisture spinning. That's where the upper level low is. So that has pulled a north wind across the Caribbean and just kept everything from really doing anything.
Yeah.
And then dry air, main development region, bright yellow. Not a whole lot going on out there either. This time of year, we really, we talked about this last couple weeks, that main development region goes, takes nap time this time of year. So this is when we start to see dust come back and shear and increase across the main development region, and really all we pay attention to is the possibility of a cold front getting down to the Caribbean or the Gulf of Mexico and seeing maybe something subtropical try to become fully tropical. And that's really where our attention is still going to stay, because you notice the main development region is just locked in. There's dust
all over the place.
Yeah. So that isn't nothing out there. But this is what I'm talking about, wind direction here. Check out the divergence, north wind and south wind. So not a whole lot can get going there. And right in between, right there around Miami, that's where your upper low is. So that's where you got a little bit of spin. That's about it. Yep. And you see the jet across the U.S. Check out those big arrow vectors diving down into Texas. That's pushing that cooler air our way. We like big jet streams. I cannot
They're
lie.
fun.
Sorry.
I wish we had a little button that could go. Ba-dum-tsh.
He does. He does have a button for ba-dum.
We'll click it.
I hope nobody caught that reference. If you're still with us, here we go. Here's what the GFS is showing. You can pick out that upper low that's hanging out just to the south of Bermuda. It's gone. Then our attention really is going to be on that cold front. Notice the Bay of Campeche there. Something tries to get spinny. And then into the Caribbean as we go through next week, there's better possibilities of development down there, but still not great. High pressure in control over the southeast. That could try to help maybe like a gyre develop, kind of, but really you're talking about very small pockets in there actually being favorable. Pretty strong easterlies across the main development, or the main area of the Caribbean, so that's a lot of shear. So maybe something spinny tries to happen down there, but kind of doubt it. Going through next week on the tail end of that cold front, we could see something. And, you know, it would follow our October pattern pretty nicely if we did see something develop around the Yucatan or maybe even the Bay of Campeche. Really, South Florida would be the main area we'd be watching to say, hey, you might want to watch out for. Everything else looks pretty quiet. And then as we go even further, we're starting to shift the pattern away from this October typical pattern more to what we see in November, which is really even less. I mean, this is what November usually looks like. The favored track, something comes out of the Caribbean, then cold fronts just throw it away. And that's kind of the pattern we're in right now. So,
and that we've been in for a couple weeks now. So that's what we're hopeful for. We'll continue to go. I mean, with the GFS, like we were talking about earlier, the GFS and the Euro, kind of sometimes they show these areas of spin coming up, and then the next run won't, and then the next run will. So it's kind of a coin flip this time of year. But right now, like you said, those small areas of spin aren't too much to worry about, especially because they're pretty far out in the forecast as well. And, you know, you really need it to be within 3 to 5 days for things to really start to show their true colors.
Yeah,
you know?
Within 180 hours, then you start to take stuff seriously. You know, when it pushes to 40 and beyond, I call that fantasy land. That's la la land. So we've talked pretty extensively about this long-range modeling. Not only are they using their own physics package, but they're filling in their own errors, and you're talking about major time steps in the future. So not a whole lot to trust there, especially beyond 240. So get it inside of 180 hours, and then we'll talk. That's kind of where we sit when we're looking at tropical activity. So yeah, there's the possibility there's some weak signaling out there in the long range, but nothing more than, you know, what you would expect out of out of the climatological favored stuff. So yeah, not a whole lot going on, not a whole lot to worry about. This is kind of what I expect to see as we go through. This is the areas that I'm watching and the patterns that's kind of set up over the next 2 weeks. Possibility something maybe come out of the Bay of Campeche or Yucatan Peninsula, swipe across South Florida. There might be something there on maybe, say, the east side of the Yucatan, but if that happens, it would be favored to just run across Cuba and go out. And anything that would or could happen in the Caribbean, unlikely with those strong easterlies, but it would likely just run into Central America or go into the Eastern Pacific. So basically what I'm saying is cold fronts be cold fronting. They're coming down, and it looks more and more likely like we are winding down our tropical season. Still possibility. Yeah, thanks for the cheers there, Spencer. Thank you, sir. But there's still the possibility, you can bring it back to us, there's still the possibility that we could see something out there as we go through the next month or so, but it looks pretty promising that,
Slowly
I said
winding down.
Yeah, I said I thought we might get 3 more name storms. Now I'm kind of backing that down to maybe 1 or 2.
Well, Wanda is still
on the board.
Still on the board. That would be interesting if we just
If
stopped
we're done
right here.
I mean, we could be done, but I still think that we might get a subtropical system.
It'd be satisfying
or something like that.
if we just got to the end and then stopped.
It just didn't cross that name off the list. It would be nice. I'd like to not use any of the alternative lists because the alternative list has some hard names on there.
We're anti the...
I'm anti that list.
We're anti that list.
Well, that's it. We're going to wrap it up. It was a quick one. I told you there's not a whole lot going on here. I did see a couple of questions. Kristen is just off today, so no worries. She's not sick. She's just off. I did see that question. Oh, thanks, Spencer. You answered that for us already. Look at that. And let's see here. What was the other question? the rip current questions. That was good, and of course, if you haven't watched the rip current video that Spencer and I did, it is posted in the comment section on the WMBB page. You can also find it pinned to the top of my Facebook page. It is the top post. It is pinned there. It will stay pinned there because I believe the rip current deaths that happen here are avoidable. I mean, rip currents are survivable. It's a survivable event. All you need to know is what to do in those situations. And not only that, if everyone else on the beach knows what to do and somebody gets caught in a rip current, then the possibility is that somebody's going to be able to save that individual by giving them directions, throwing them a flotation device, or getting someone like a lifeguard or police enforcement or our firefighters that go out there and work the beaches too, to get them help. That's always a possibility as well. But in the case that you're caught in a rip current, you need to know what to do. And you know, people get caught in rip currents all the time, even when the weather's nice. So you should know what to do in a rip current regardless. Whether you're a local, whether you're coming to visit the beach, any of that stuff, you should always know what to do in the water before you get in the water. That's a safety. But watch that video. It is very informative. We spent a lot of time on it. We did a really, really good job. So please, please, please watch that video, share it, use it to your advantage. Good questions there. We have any others? I'm not seeing a whole lot in my comments, so we need to pick a winner. We only got, for my case, we only got 27 people still watching. So we got to pick somebody from the 27. Let's get a comment. Let's see here. What was something that we asked that would have been that they needed to pay attention to? Something specific. You got something?
One day on Friday that might have a max temp that you were thinking it might hit.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
The low temp.
Yes,
the low
temp
on.
Yes.
What will it be? Sunday night, early.
Go Monday morning. Yes. What were we?
We didn't put it on the forecast, but we think it's going to reach that temperature.
Yes. What temperature do we think that our upper area, the Panhandle, close to Alabama, is going to reach on Monday morning?
That's a good one.
So if you put that in the comment section, the first one to answer correctly that we see here, we will give you a prize. So this is your reward for sticking around and listening to the nonsense that is myself.
Carol DeSanto said 50-ish.
Yeah, that's not. We got to be more specific than that.
I need a real number.
We need a number. We need a number. Gloria, is there going to be any severe weather with that cold front? Unlikely. There could be the possibility of a storm along it, but it's going to be really undercut by dry air and cooler air at that point in time, so I highly doubt it. I think the front will be going. Oh, we got a 43 guess.
43.
Getting closer. 53. Carol.
54. Wow, I like asking these questions.
Ryan, you're not right. You got to put in the right answer. 50 on Monday. That's what's in the forecast right now, Gary.
It's at 50.
It's at 50. We're asking for what we thought we were going to put. We gave that answer in the show. So you guys are getting pretty close. Nope. 55 still wrong. Paula. Paula, you are our winner.
48 degrees
48.
Is what we think some of those areas will
We do believe. So. There we go. Paula Nelson. If you
Larry with the 40. That's up towards my territory in Maryland. It's definitely going to touch 40.
Larry, that's
40,
a little chilly, my
probably
man.
30s actually too.
That's a little cold.
Little chilly.
That's a little cold. I also have Casey on my timeline that gave 47, but we're gonna go with Paula. She was the first one. Sorry. Thanks for the.
Sorry.
Thanks for participating, Paula. We will message you, and you get a prize. You're gonna have a prize waiting for you here at WMBB. So. Thanks for joining us today. That's going to wrap it up. We'll be back next week. I'm actually off next week, so it'll be a ladies' week.
Ladies.
Yeah, Kristen and Grace will be taking care of you next week. Hopefully the tropics stay nice and quiet between now and then. It looks like they will. We do have that cold front coming in this weekend, so get out and enjoy. And if you're going to Goat Day, I don't think you're going to have any issues. Maybe a shower and some breezy conditions. Maybe you'll see me. I might talk my wife into going to Goat Day. and then we'll go hang out with the Bluntonians. Bluntonians, is that the correct?
I don't know. I don't know.
Bluntstowners? The Bluntstowners.
Bluntstownians.
Matt might know. What would you call a person from Bluntstown? A Bluntstownian?
Bluntstonian?
A Bluntstonian. That's what I said. See? A Bluntstonian.
Potato, potato.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. Anyways, maybe I'll be there. Maybe not. I don't know. I'll have to talk my wife into going if we are going to go. But yeah, it should be a good weekend. And if you don't have the Storm Track 13 app already, download it. Shame on you for not already having it, especially if you've watched this show multiple times, because you should have it by now. It has our forecast in it. We are the only ones in the area that actually put our forecast in it. All the other weather models out there, Weather Channel, AccuWeather, some other place that may not be mentioned, maybe the competition. There's computer models in there. They're not their forecast. So unless you have ours, you're not actually getting a local forecast. You're getting the GFS or whatever blend the computer models are putting in.
Computer generated. No love in that forecast.
Nope, there's no love at all.
No love in that
None.
forecast.
We're putting love in ours. So download it. It's useful for more than that too. I'm just bragging about the fact that we do a little extra work. Sorry. But yeah, that's gonna do it. You got anything else?
Nope.
Spencer?
Make sure you watch News 13, 5, 6, and 10 tonight.
There you go. Let's wrap.
Bye.
Thank you for watching Tropic Topics, sponsored by Peden Heating and Air Conditioning and Marietta Toyota. Be sure to download the Storm Track 13 app today to stay up to date with all of the latest weather information. For more local news, weather, sports, and more, visit mypanhandle.com.